In this presentation, I'm going to talk about how to write the implementation part of a Horizon 2020 proposal. Now, when you're writing this part of the proposal, the first thing you have to do is you have to produce a diagram called a skills matrix. Now, you're not asked to do this, but without this diagram, the evaluator finds it very difficult to understand the structure of the project. So take, for example, here we're developing a secure e-learning system. You first tell the evaluator that the skills that we need to undertake this research is, first of all, we need to understand the different platforms. We need expertise for networks, databases, software, content, and the portal. Now, all these technologies have to be integrated together, and then when the system's in place, we need to try it out on a number of applications. So that's called a skills matrix. And then you say, the reason we have partner 1 and 2 is we need them for the e-learning platform. For the integration, we need partners 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on. So we can now link the role of the partners to the different parts of the scientific work. Now, so again, this is a key starting. Now, this is just an example. Different people use different ways of explaining it. But if I'm reading a proposal, I can clearly see what each partner is doing in the project. Now, the next thing you do is you convert this skills matrix into something called a work breakdown structure. Now, this isn't terminology from the European Union. This is project management terminology. And take, for example, we can bring the content and the software as one work package, the network and the platform maybe as another work package. And you designate one of the partners to be in charge of each work package, and you identify which other partners from the previous diagram. Now, normally what we do then is we divide the work packages into subtasks, and these can be listed. And in a normal running of a project, this is what you would have to do anyway. Now, European projects are different in that people are located in different countries. So in a European project, you also have to build in what I call integrating activities. Now, these could be networking, training courses, staff exchanges, and so on. So it's important to see what's the difference between a project that's done in-house and a project that's done at European level. Now, the next thing that's done is we move from the work breakdown structure to the standard diagram called the PER chart. Now, what we have here is we have a work package dealing with project management. Now, it doesn't have to be work package 1. And we show all the different work packages and we show how they're related. Now, in this example, we have work package 6 is the dissemination and use plan. Now, this is an obligation of European projects. So why not make a work package? Sometimes I call this the impact work package. Now, we then look at who's involved in each work package and who are the partners. Now, if you look at the slide under this in your notes, as an evaluator, I want to look for some things here. Now, if I see everybody in every work package, I'm not convinced. That means, you never even discussed it. If I see one partner per work package, that means it's actually 6 little projects pretending to be one big project. Now, partner number 3 in this diagram is leading work package 2, and they're also leading work package 5, and they're involved in every other work package. Now, that says to me that partner number 3 is a beginner. They're leading 2 work packages and they're scattered all over the project, whereas partner number 5 is very clever. Partner number 5 is leading work package 6, and they're involved in a smaller role in 2 other work packages. So in a project, we always like to have one reasonably big job to do and involvement in other work packages. But what we're really looking for is partner number 4. Now, if you look at this diagram, you'll see partner number 4 is the least important partner in work package 2, 3, and 5. So what the hell is partner number 4 doing in this project? Now, there's 2 types of partner 4. One is the world's expert on a scientific area. So sometimes you want a very, very, very senior researcher in the project just to be there in the project to bring their expertise. They don't have that much work to do, but they could be the authority in the field. Now, in that case, partner number 4 is perfectly acceptable in this project. But partner number 4 could also be a passenger, somebody that's in the project, doing nothing, having no role, just in there drawing down funds and so on. So in this evaluation, I will have more questions about partner number 4 than any other partner. So can you see that in a simple diagram like this, look how much information you can give me. Now, if you don't have that information in the proposal, I will question the overall management of the project. Okay, the PERT chart is now converted into the Gantt chart. And you can see in this diagram that this Gantt chart was made using Excel. And you can also get packages, professional packages like Microsoft Project. Now we can think about filling in the forums in B3. Now this is the first forum that you're asked for, the work package description. You say you're asked for the title. You're also asked for the objectives. You're asked for a description of the work and the deliverables. Now deliverables are very important in European projects. Deliverables are the payment criteria. How do we know when the work is done? So from the Commission's point of view, these are really important. And our rule of thumb is we normally have 2 deliverables per work package. Now you see some projects with 5, 10 deliverables. Now 2 very strong deliverables is sufficient per work package. Now the work package list is basically a summary of what we presented in the work breakdown structure. So you can see from the first diagrams that we produced that these tables are very, very easy to fill in once you go through the proper project management procedures. We identify the title, who's the leader, when it's starting from the Gantt chart, and how much effort comes from the work from the previous table. Now the list of deliverables, if the grant agreement is signed eventually, these are the conditions that will determine your payment. And again, lots of rules about deliverables, the number of deliverables. But a contractual deliverable is we will deliver a report, we will assess the efficiency of a device. But you can't say things like we will develop an engine that will have an efficiency of 46%. That's an engineering deliverable, because in research you can't say exactly what's going to come out. But at the negotiation or preparation of the grant agreement, each of these deliverables will be questioned by the Commission. Now, milestone is used for measuring progress. The word comes from a stone that appeared on the road to tell you how far you have travelled and how far you have to go. And in a project, there could be key points like a demonstration of the software, or there could be an amalgamation of 3 deliverables, a report, a workshop. But these are points that will be used by the Commission to measure the progress of the work when the project is running. Now in research, there are lots of unknowns. And the aim of this table is to see, is the researcher aware of the unknowns? What are the risks? Now, funding research is about funding risk. But what this table shows, are the researchers clear on the known unknowns and the unknown unknowns? So in other words, you have to make a list. Are these technical risks, economic risks, legislation risks, social risks? For example, a technology might work perfectly, but it may not be socially acceptable. Or a technology may work brilliantly, but it's too expensive. And if it's too expensive, what are the alternatives here? So again, this is standard project management procedures, or even you could call them business procedures. And in the evaluation, these things have to be discussed seriously. Now, in the questions dealing with the consortium management, normally in a project you have the different types of partners, but one of the partners is designated as the scientific coordinator. Now, when we're writing proposals, we always separate the scientific coordination and the research management and administration. And we identify who's the scientific coordinator, who's the research manager, because when the project is funded, the direct contact between the Commission and the project will be through one person. Now, when we're looking at research management, I actually read the CVs of the research manager to see have they the experience and necessary to manage a project like this if it was funded. Now, most organizations, the scientific coordinator and the manager are in the same organizations, but it's also possible that one partner could be the scientific coordinator and another partner could be doing research or dissemination and the management. And there's also situations where a university may have a subdivision which would be classified as a third party that is actually doing the management. But it's very important when you're describing this to clearly identify how this overall management will be undertaken. Now, table 3.4a is called the summary of staff effort, and when I was evaluating proposals, this was one of the first tables I looked at. Now, what it shows on the top are the different work packages, and it shows on the left-hand column the different partners. Now, at first glance, it's difficult to see what type of information am I looking for, but what I look for is the right-hand column here. Now, if you look at this column, and if you look at partner number 6, they have 196 person months in the project, whereas the coordinator, who's partner number 1, has only 72. So immediately looking at that column, I want to know, why is partner number 6 having such a large amount of work compared to all of the other partners? And then we can start looking across and looking at the distribution of the work. Now, when you're doing the budgets, this is the table that we start with. We look at the effort of each partner, the cost of each partner. So this is quite an important one when we're assessing the financial viability of the project. Now, in the proposal, you're asked to describe the operational capacity of the partners. Now, you're not given any template, but this is the standard that we use here. We say the name of the organization's relevance to the project. We identify which work package they're involved in and what their role is in the work package. And at the bottom, then, we actually identify who the key people are and the relevant expertise. The kind of comments the evaluator has is, it wasn't clear that partner 6 had the capability to undertake this research, or we couldn't see the relevance of partner 4 to the project. So again, what you're doing here is making life easy for the evaluator, and it's also making the consortium aware of what kind of issues have to be taken into account if this project is actually completed. So that's the end of the course material. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, you can check on our website to find the templates and links related to this. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you again in the future. Bye for now.